Hello guys! So if you clicked on the video, you probably heard. Today's video is about how one time when I was in middle school, I had a friend. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to say his name is Bob. And basically, me and Bob were just chilling. We were playing Mario Kart at our house. It was chill. We had a play day. And then we realized that we had homework. And this homework was no normal homework. This was group project homework. And if we didn't do good, we'd get a 0 and probably be flipping burgers at McDonald's. So I was like, what should we do? Because, we cannot just act like nothing happened. We are going to fail, and we can't just go up to my parents and be like, hey, you need to go home. Or else they're going to be like, you're in trouble for not finishing your homework. So then we were like, we need to find a way to do this. And you might be asking, Alpha, how is this going to lead to you committing arson on the school? Well, you'll find out. So basically, a few minutes pass and we're just chilling, really. But then the principal has the audacity to call us. She basically told the teacher, hey, you better call those kids, go call their parents, make sure that they do their work. And when my parents found out, they were furious. So me and him had to go inside. We had to run, and I had to bring him to his house so that he could study, because obviously he didn't have the supplies for the group project. And we were not in the same group, but since I'm a very generous person, I decided to help him. And then when I eventually got the time to bring him home, my parents caught me. So I had to wait until the normal time where he was going to go home for him to go home because we didn't want to get in trouble. And then he didn't go home. He didn't go home for 5 hours. And it was 8 p.m. and he finally went home. So I was staying up till 3 a.m. to do this homework. But I knew I could not do this. So I went on the group chat and I said, hey, we need a plan to stop this. So our first plan was to just act like, hey, we did all of our work, and we would just hope that our teammates in the presentation actually did stuff. And this assignment was due for 1 entire month, and I was like, hey, this should be pretty easy to get done. I was so wrong. So I went ahead and I called the people that were in my group, and they said, we're thinking the same thing. When I heard that, I was crushed. It was over. Everything was over. From then on, I knew that I would be cooked. So we had to come up with a plan, which was really hard. We didn't come up with one. And then when we went to school the next day, everyone scared. And then I was like, what if we just tell the teacher that no one got the project done because that's clearly what happened? We did that. He tried to do that. And he failed miserably because he he was literally caught. This nerdy kid named Jimmy actually completed it. And when people heard that Jimmy completed it, they did not take kindly of Jimmy. We were all like, "Fuck you, Jimmy," and "You, Jimmy." And Jimmy was just like, "He, should have completed your homework." We were all mad because Jimmy had just ruined it for everyone. So obviously, you may be like, "Why don't you just accept the score?" No. If we didn't pass this, we would fail. And this was at fourth period. My friend told them at second period. We had 2 more periods to come up with a plan. And then my guy was like, basically, there's 3 of us. We go in and we're like, "Hey, we need to do something. We need to come up with a plan." And I'm like, "What if we just set off the fire alarm?" And then he's like, all right. Who's going to do it though? And we're all like, Eventually, this dude named Jimmy, the same nerd that got us destroyed, he was like, you know what? I'll do it. Jimmy just wanted to be a jerk to everyone, and we all knew he was gonna snitch. And when we told Jimmy to turn off the fire alarm, he took it too literally. It was 5 minutes in. We were all confused, what was Jimmy doing? Jimmy is taking too long. And then we hear the fire alarm go off. But when we look outside, we don't see Jimmy at the fire alarm. We see a fire and a random student turning off the fire alarm. And you may be like, "Whoa, that's extreme. That probably ended really quickly." No, the fire was spreading, kids were dying. And me and Jimmy ran. Our other friend didn't survive the incident, sadly. When we got home, it was the best day ever because we got 5 weeks off school. Yeah, you get the point. Anyways, bye, people.